This is the long overdue part 2 of my Plymouth diving trip. If you missed part 1, you can check it out in the description or at the top of the screen. In that one we dived the poulmic and the glen strathallan. This is episode 2 and today you'll see me diving the Scylla and the James Eagan Layne. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. Day 2 started off really chilly, there was a slight chance of rain and it was really overcast. However, the seas were calm. The crew set the anchor down and it was time to kit up for our first dive of the day, which was the Scylla. The HMS Scylla is a really interesting wreck. In 2004 it was placed off the coast of Plymouth to be Europe's first artificial reef. On this day though, the Scylla was being absolutely battered by the current. It was a really tough dive and I didn't get too much footage. You can really see that life has took to this wreck though. The whole ship is covered in plants and coral and it's just amazing to see. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch too much footage on this dive. Like I said, it's because of the current and my experience level. I just wasn't too comfortable filming and dealing with the current at the same time. Thankfully though, people from my dive club did film. This beautiful little cuttlefish was spotted and filmed by Leon in my club, so thanks to Leon for letting me use the footage. Also thanks to Paul, who was able to film some of the incredible corals and plant life that was on the ship, as well as some of the amazing fish and jellyfish that he found along the way. It's amazing to think that this wreck was only sunk in 2004, so just under 20 years ago, and it's already so full of life. It really shows the benefits of what we can do when we plant artificial reefs. After what turned out to be one of the most tiring dives I've ever had, the boat came and picked us up and it was time to head over to the second dive site of the day, the James Eagan Layne. Thankfully on this dive, the currents had calmed down quite a lot and I was able to get a lot more incredible footage. The James Eagan Layne was a Liberty ship, which is basically a cargo ship, and it was sunk during the Second World War off the coast of Whiston Bay in Cornwall. The wreck has deteriorated quite a lot now. The walls are pretty much gone, but you can still see the main shell of the wreck. With the walls being gone though, this does make it easier to dive in. A lot of the things that were on the ship when it sank are still there. This means there's lots of holes and lots of little nooks and crannies to look into. These are perfect hiding places for things like fish and crabs. If you are going to dive the James Eagan Layne, you will definitely need a torch, especially if you want to look inside all of those nooks and crannies. The visibility today wasn't great either, so this means a torch was really helpful. It was amazing to see all the coral and all the plant life that had attached themselves to the ship. This clip here gives you a really good insight into the structure of the wreck. As you can see, the walls and the roof are pretty much gone. This does mean it's fairly open, so if you are swimming inside it, there's always an exit point. There was some absolutely stunning fish on this dive of all shapes and sizes. You can see why bal and wrasse are so well camouflaged for the environment. Their scales just look like sand and rock. It'll be really hard to see them. There are a fair few of these small fish that almost had an electric blue line across the top of them. I'm not 100% what these are, so if you know, drop it in the comments. Here's a bit of a closer look at those electric bluefish I was talking about earlier. The colours on them are absolutely stunning. I didn't realise it when I was there actually diving because I was too focused on filming the bluefish, but if you look in the background I missed an absolutely monstrous fish. We finished off the dive by having a swim through some of the kelp beds that were quite close to the wreck. On day one we were really lucky when we swam through the kelp beds and saw some things that the others didn't see, so we were hoping to replicate that again and find some incredible wildlife, but unfortunately we didn't see too much. And with that, the day's diving was done and the weekend was finished. It was an incredible 2 days diving and I really enjoyed it. I'd recommend Plymouth to anyone who's thinking about going. It's probably some of the best UK wildlife I've ever seen. It was an incredible 2 days diving. I really enjoyed seeing all the marine life that we have here in the UK, as well as diving some of those historic wrecks off the Plymouth coast. If you enjoyed the video, leave it a like, it really helps us out. Have you been to Plymouth diving before? Where did you dive? What did you see? Leave it in the comments below. And remember to subscribe to Naturescope to not miss any more future uploads. We've got plenty more diving, plenty more ocean videos coming in the future. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching. Cheers.